Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. You're all welcome to this webinar being hosted by smefinance. It is my pleasure to welcome Otunba Femipedro, who is our chief guest for tonight. Of course, Otunba Femipedro needs very little introduction. He was Deputy Governor of Lagos State from 2003 to 2007. Before then, he was a banker and he was a member of the pioneering team at GT Bank. Presently, he's the chairman of SMEDAN. And you also know that he's also the author of a very interesting book, The Formula for Wealth, his thoughts on wealth, entrepreneurship, and leadership. This evening, Otunba Femipedro will talk to us about his book, about himself, his love for entrepreneurship, and his desire to help grow entrepreneurs. More importantly, he will talk to us about how to register for and access the $250 billion that SMEDAN is managing in conjunction with Bank of Industry towards the assistance as palliative for small and medium enterprises. Otunba, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening, all members of the SME group. My name is Femi Pedro. I'm delighted to be here with you this evening, and I thank you for the opportunity you have given me to share some knowledge with you. The banner for this event was screaming 250 billion naira up for grabs. I'm sure if there's 250 billion naira up for grab, I would have grabbed it before you guys. I'm not sure where the figure came from, but I know that there is a federal government of Nigeria 2.3 trillion naira economic stimulus package, which is already in place and is being implemented by the federal government. This money came partly from the World Bank, which gave Nigeria a loan of $1.3 billion to fight the economic impact of COVID. And the rest came from reserves of the federal government. But before I dwell into details of this stimulus package, permit me to first discuss with you some basics. I'm aware that all of you present here today are entrepreneurs and business owners. Please, if I'm wrong, correct me. I also have a feeling that many of you are struggling with your business financially, and you wish to make your business more successful. Let me quickly point out that if you are struggling with your business as I'm speaking, it means that you or your business lack some basic fundamentals and some foundational principles. If you lack these foundational principles and the fundamentals, even if the 250 billion naira was to be given to you alone, you will squander it in no time. So money is not really your problem. Many of you might think money is your problem, but money is not really your problem. Your problem might be the lack of those fundamentals and those foundational principles. All this I trashed out in my book, The Formula for Wealth. This book is a must read for anyone who desires to create wealth through entrepreneurship and investing. And I recommend it to all of you. The book is available online. It's also available locally in Nigeria. Just go to formulaforwealth.ng/buy. and you can buy as many copies as you want. Here is a copy of the book. As I'm speaking with you today, I've sold over 7,000 copies. And quite a lot of people are fascinated by the contents of the book. Now, let me quickly focus on why we are here today. We are here because you want to hear from me the stimulus package available, which is being implemented by the federal government through its various agencies like the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bank of East Industry, SMEDAN, and others. Please, let me assure you that this is not a propaganda. This is reality, real action of government, which many Nigerians are already benefiting from. The tendency for many of us is to ignore government programs because either you don't trust government, or you don't believe in what they say, or you might think it's propaganda. Or you may think that if you don't know somebody in government, it's a waste of time applying, you will not benefit. Well, I can tell you as chairman of SMEDAN and what I know today, you don't need to know Jack. You don't need to know anybody. And you should trust government because some people are benefiting already. This money was made available way back in May, June. If you recollect, there was a national broadcast made by President Buhari during the lockdown when he announced details of this stimulus package. So I want to assure you that if this is for real, it's not propaganda, and the money is there, and the program is already on. Let me begin with the components of this 2.3 trillion naira stimulus package. If you are in agriculture sector, there is a 637 billion naira available, which was set up to create jobs for over 5 million people. As I'm speaking to you, 4 million farmers have been enumerated, and the program has commenced. There are anchor farmers who have been set up and funded and are ready to buy produce from other farmers. And that they are being funded from this stimulus package. This is so because during the lockdown and because of some insecurity problems that Nigeria experienced even before the lockdown, a lot of farmers were unable to cultivate, and where they cultivated, they were unable, after harvesting, they were unable to move their products out of the farmland. And government has done this so that there will be no food shortage in Nigeria. There is a 152 billion naira set aside for solar projects to power 5 million homes and create about 250,000 jobs. That is also being implemented through the Central Bank of Nigeria. And then we have the 217 billion naira, which is set aside to build 300,000 mass housing, which is also designed to create about 1.5 million jobs. It's a social housing program where model houses are to be built by off-takers, and they are supposed to cost not more than 2 million naira per unit. The models, some of the models have been built in Borno State by a group called Family Homes Fund. And another set of houses will be handled by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. And then there is a 52 billion naira for public works, which is meant to give 1,000 jobs per state, per local government, for 774 local governments. That is 774,000 jobs. If you remember, this created a bit of controversy between the Minister of State for Labor, that's the SAN, and the National Assembly, when he refused to hand over the project to the National Assembly and he created some stir. The project has commenced, and I know like a state like Lagos, I'm aware that the process is on to select the 1,000 people. This one is a short-term project. The jobs are to last for only 3 months, and they will pay 20,000 naira per month for the beneficiaries. And last but not the least is what we are talking about today, what you call the 250 billion up for grabs. It's actually a COVID-19 intervention fund, which is being managed. There's a 100 billion naira COVID-19 intervention fund, which was initially 50 billion, but was increased to 100 billion naira. Is being managed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And Central Bank of Nigeria is disbursing this fund through a microfinance bank called NISAL Microfinance Bank. Up to date that I'm speaking to you, 69 billion naira of this money have already been disbursed. You can benefit if you run a business and you can show proof that COVID-19 lockdown has affected your business. All you need to do is go online and apply www.nmfb.com.ng www.nmfb. NMFB stands for National Microfinance Bank.com.ng. The program is ongoing as I'm speaking with you. If you go to that site, they will ask you to complete the application form. And I personally know some entrepreneurs that have benefited already. The interest rate is 5%. The tenure is up to 3 years. There's a moratorium of 9 months. And if you are eligible, you qualify, you will get this loan. So take note of that. Don't wave it away. Don't say, it's government, they are lying, they will not do it. Give it a try. The second one is what we call economic sustainability plan. This one is being managed from the Office of the Vice President in conjunction with Bank of Industry and SMEDAN and Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. There will be 1.7 million naira businesses that will benefit from this program. 45% of these beneficiaries are to be women. That is, there is a slot reserved for women businesses to benefit from this program. There are three elements to this program. The first is what is called MSME Guarantee Offtake Stimulus Package. MSME Guaranteed Offtake Stimulus Package. This one is to protect and sustain income of vulnerable MSMEs from the shock of COVID by guaranteeing offtake of items produced by these businesses. What that means is that if you are manufacturing certain products and it falls within the framework of what the federal government has identified, you are guaranteed offtake, that is, you are guaranteed sales. The government will buy your products from you and pay you. during this period. The products that fall under this category are processed food, PPE, that's personal protection equipment, sanitizers, hand sanitizers, liquid soap, face mask or face shield, disinfectants that are used to disinfect, gloves, and pharmaceuticals, all form of pharmaceuticals. So if your products, if you produce any of these products, you can apply for this guaranteeing offtake scheme. And if your application is approved, this federal government will buy off you your products. You don't have to go to the market to sell. You are guaranteed sales of these products. The federal government is targeting 100,000 MSMEs to benefit from this program. This guarantee scheme will last for 3 months. The second one
How long was the first one start?
is what we call the Survivor Fund Scheme. I hope you are noting it down. Survivor Fund Scheme. This one is taking off on Monday. This Monday is starting. It's a conditional grant to support small and medium-sized businesses to meet their payroll obligation so that government can protect jobs that they have already created because of the shock of COVID-19. So that's why they call it payroll support. What that means is that if you are a company and you are employing 3 persons or more, and you are a limited liability company registered with CAC, or if you are not registered with CAC, you are registered with CAC, even if you are not limited liability, if you are a business name enterprise, and you have a BVN number, and you have at least 3 staff, the government will pay 50,000 naira a month for your staff for 3 months. Maximum of 500,000 naira per month for every business, and total of 1.5 million naira per business per month for 3 months. Let me repeat. This project is called MSME Survivor Fund Scheme. It's a conditional grant. They are giving you the money. It's not a loan. To meet your payroll obligation, to pay salary of some of your staff. Not more than, you will not collect more than 500,000 naira. You will pay 50,000 to each staff. Even if they are earning more than 50,000, they will subsidize you with 50,000. And then a business is entitled to not more than 500,000 naira per month for 3 months. And then the second, where the government is targeting 500,000 businesses. 500,000 businesses. And it's starting on Monday. So if you have every state, it's going to cover every state of the federation. There is a committee that has been set up that is handling this per state. And again, let me emphasize that it is not man, no man. You apply online, fill out the application form. And if the earlier first come, first serve, once the money is exhausted and the 500,000 businesses have been taken care of, that is the end. No other person can come in. The second one, for businesses that are yet to be registered with CAC, maybe because they can't afford it, or for whatever reason, this program is to help them register free of charge. So if you have a business and you are yet to incorporate it or have a business name, maybe because you can't afford to pay the incorporation fee. This program is called a CAC Discounted Business Name Registration Scheme. So the target is to help about 250,000 businesses to register. This program is designed to migrate a lot of businesses from the informal sector to the formal sector. So that is why the government is doing this. The final one is artisan grants. Artisan grants. The government is going to pay a one-off grant. A one-off grant of 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira for those who are self-employed and service providers like bus drivers, taxi driver, Uber driver, motor mechanic, electrician, bricklayers. They don't want to be left out. They don't want them to be left out. They know many of them suffered during COVID. They were locked down. They couldn't do their work. So government is planning to pay 30,000 naira for each beneficiary. Again, across the 36 states of the Federation, there is a limit to the number of beneficiaries. It will not cover everybody. But again, first come, first serve, those who are able to apply early will benefit. The final one is an MSME grant of 50,000 naira. This is for micro businesses, 50,000 naira for micro businesses. There are 100,000 naira, 100,000 of them that are being targeted all over the country. And if you are a micro business is one whose turnover is less than 10 million naira a year, and who is employing less than 10 persons. That's a micro business. And most very small businesses are micro businesses. So you can see that all these programs, there is something in it for you. If you are an MSME and you operate in this space. And let me also, so if you want to apply for this survivor fund, from Monday, you go online, Survivor, www.survivorfund.ng. Survivor, SURVIVAL, fund.ng. That is the website. You go there and apply. And you also register your business with SMEDAN, because if you don't register your business with SMEDAN, you will not be able to complete the application form, because the application will ask you for your SMEDAN certificate number. To register for your business with SMEDAN, it takes 5 minutes and it's free of charge. You go to smedanregister.ng, www.smedanregister.ng, www.smedanregister.ng. Immediately you finish the registration process, which will take about 5 minutes, a certificate will be emailed to you, and you will have your number in that certificate immediately. It's not like next week or 2 weeks' time. So make sure you visit this site, do your registration before Monday, so that on Monday you'll be able to apply for the Survivor Fund. And don't forget, if you want to take the CBN COVID-19 support fund, don't forget www.nmfb.com.ng. So these are the program, but before I round up, let me also remind you that KAMA 2020, that is the the law governing company registration, Company and Allied Matters Act of 2020 have been amended. As you can see, that in some of these programs, you must register your business with CAC. One of the things that I noticed in my book, that I mentioned in my book, is that one of the reasons why many companies are struggling is because they are not standing on a solid foundation. They are unstructured. Many Nigerian businesses are run like a personal estate. The bank account of the business owner is the same as the company's bank account. If you do this, you cannot grow your business. If you don't have a proper board in place so that there will be a corporate governance, check and balances, you cannot grow your business. If you run your business alone, one-man business, you are the owner, you are the marketer, you are the accountant, you carry the checkbook in your pocket, you are the technical advisor, you are the sales manager, you are everything. There is no way that the business can thrive and survive because you can't be everything. You need a team. You need to trust people and bring them together and share your wealth with them so that they can work with you and make your business grow. Many people don't do all this because they lack the discipline to do it, or they feel that everything I must have control. And if you don't let go, it becomes difficult for you. Luckily, the new CAMA, Corporate and Allied Matters Act, it now allows one person to be a shareholder of a company. So if you don't want to bring in people, you are still okay. You can still have a limited liability company. CAMA allows that. It allows you to be the sole shareholder. However, in spite of that, many of you run businesses, you don't have audited accounts. You don't keep records of your book. You don't have a proper financial records. When you go to the bank to ask for loan, and they tell you go and bring your audited account, you go to a roadside accountant, pay him some money, and he will patch up something and give you, and you give to the bank. You are not deceiving the bank, you are deceiving yourself. Because when you don't have a proper book of accounts and you are running a business, it's like you are driving a car blindfolded because you cannot track what you did last month or 6 months ago or last year, and you cannot project forward. Money comes, you just spend. We are like somebody walking blindfolded. So you must keep proper book of accounts. Not only that, there's a Nigerian law called CITA, Company Income Tax Act. This Company Income Tax Act gives you tax exemption if your turnover is 20 million naira or less per annum. You don't have to pay company tax, but you must file returns. You must file returns by submitting your financial statement to the tax authority every year so that it shows that your turnover is less than 20 million, so they won't tax you. And they will even give you a tax clearance certificate. That is how to run a proper business. Most of you don't file anything. You don't file returns with the corporate affairs. You don't file returns with the FIRS. You hide in the corner. When you do that, programs like this, when they come up, you cannot benefit. You will lose out. So go back home, structure your business properly so that you can run well. All these things I mentioned in my book, they are the fundamentals of a successful business enterprise. And when you do that, you will see a major change in the way you run your business. So let me close by saying that things are tough. It's a very tough environment to do business. You are confronted with all sorts of problems and obstacles. You have bureaucratic bottleneck, corruption everywhere. You have problems of infrastructure and power. You have issues with transportation. Some even suffer from dumping of products from abroad. Some have to pay huge import duties. So businesses go through a lot of problems in Nigeria. But that notwithstanding, I said it in my book, there are still a lot of businesses that are thriving and are doing well. The reason between those that are doing well and those that are struggling is this foundation that I've mentioned. When you erect your business on a solid foundation, even when the storm comes, you can withstand it. So I advise you, you are a business person, you are running a business, go through the fundamentals. Make sure you start your business well. Register it properly. Do a business plan. Get a professional to help you build a business plan. That business plan is your compass, your roadmap going forward. Be creative and innovative about the product you are selling. What is a business after all? A business is an enterprise where somebody is offering a product or a service to consumers to buy. If the consumers don't find your product useful, they will not buy it. And if they don't buy it, your business will fail. So you have to be creative and innovative if you want to survive and you want to succeed in your business. And then you must put a good team together. You cannot run a business on your own. And even if you have employees, you must pay them well, not slave wages. If you don't pay them well, they will steal from you and they will mess you up and your business will be wrecked. So you want to bring them in as if they are part owner of your business so that they are committed and they are motivated. So basically, those are the few advices I have for you. I will entertain questions. Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you, and God bless you.
Yes, we can welcome questions for Otunba Femi Pedro. Any questions, please?
Yeah, questions, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Olamide.
Okay.
I want to speak about the Agrimis Fund, the CBN COVID-19 Support Fund. Also, there was some of us, myself particularly, have made the application since the Agrimis Fund. Now we've applied since January 2020, and nothing has been heard with respect to. There was no response to that effect. The form had been filled online. The proposal has been made, but up to this present moment, there had not been any response from either SMEDAN or NISA Microfinance Bank.
Oh, you are mixing. Okay, let me quickly respond. You are mixing two things together. The AGMI fund is not a COVID-19 fund. That has been in place. The CBN managed fund for the agri sector. It's an equity contribution paid by banks to CBN to lend to the agri sector, particularly agro-allied industries. That's the fund you are talking about. That is different from the COVID-19 fund. The COVID-19 fund is the one being managed by NIMSA Microfinance Bank. Have you applied to that one? www.nmfb.com.ng. So that is different. I hope we are understanding each other very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we could apply for that also.
And then what did you get when you applied for that? I didn't get any response.
Yes.
There
was no response.
Did you submit your
But
application and all the details, and nobody responded?
okay,
Maybe you should follow
for
up.
I think for the benefit of doubt, sir, maybe I would follow up. And
Yeah.
also, if there's a central line we could communicate, if we get any we could have an interface that we could communicate with.
If you go to that website, because I know 10 people that are introduced to the fund, and 5 of them have benefited. The other 5 have issues with their application. So, and they responded. And as at Tuesday, I met with the central bank governor in Abuja. I was at a conference and I asked him, and that was even where at that conference he announced that the 50 billion naira that was earmarked for this project was exhausted, had been fully used. So they had to increase it by another 50 billion naira. 19 billion of that has also been used. So it means that people are benefiting. People are benefiting. And the way they did it is online. You don't have to go to anywhere. You are not queuing up in any bank. You are not going through anybody. You are faceless. Once your documentation, you put your BVN there and you put all your application, they will process it. And it is central bank that does the approval, not the microfinance bank. The microfinance bank is just a conduit because central bank do not have facility to handle retail applications. It's a central bank. So it deals with only banks and government. So that is why they handed it over to the microfinance bank to handle. So go back again and check. Maybe your application was incomplete. I don't know. But it's not in the hands of SMEDAN. SMEDAN has nothing to do with it at all. What we do in SMEDAN is that we package our members and help them to go through the application process.
All right, thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, one. Please. Hello.
Hello, I'm hearing you.
How can I get that your book?
Oh, the book. Okay, you can you take this down? You can go to this site, www.formulaforwealth.ng/buy www.formulaforwealth.ng/buy/. You will get the book mailed to you immediately. You will get it delivered within 2 days.
Okay. I also want to thank our host, Tediwere, because I'm among those people that bought the small business book some time ago. And the book was full of what I needed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
More questions, please.
Network, sir.
More questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, question, sir. While I want to appreciate this platform is a very, very innovative one, sir. And I want to, this is a very great direction for MSMEs in the country. I would want to also ask how consistent could we have such platforms? Particularly speaking with you, I know that if I'd want to schedule an appointment with you might be a very difficult task, but how consistent could we have this kind of interface, particularly maybe once in a quarter or thereabout, which could help us, businesses, agribusinesses especially, or businesses generally. And I think it's a very great platform for us to interface, share our minds, and also rub minds with mentors and professionals and government officials that could help our businesses. That's the question. How consistent could we have such kind of interface or kind of programs like this?
Well, if you invite me and I create time, I will certainly come and talk to you on a periodical basis. The only problem is that I value my time. I do this webinar free of charge for different groups. But when I spend time like this to prepare and do this webinar, I would like to have a lot more people in attendance so that many more people can benefit. Today, we are only 19, and it's not very encouraging. You know, when you want to speak to people and you have information and ideas, and you are just talking to a few number of people, I would like to have a lot more. So next time, if you want me to come, you know, invite me, I will come, but you need to mobilize more entrepreneurs to come on board so that the more, the better, and so information can flow and the participation will be more in number. Thank you.
Thank you, Otunba. Good advice. It's noted.
Okay.
Any more questions, please?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Ariola. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you for this presentation. It's actually eye-opening, and it's actually an encouragement to know that SMEDAN is actually watching out for MSMEs in Nigeria. Like the previous speaker said, it would actually be very beneficial to the MSMEs if we could have this as a form of roundtable for MSMEs powered by SMEDAN, just like you've powered this. The outreach of the invitation was like I just discovered it like 2 days ago. I was able to send to some of my network, but like we know, businesses also at the moment are facing challenges. And by virtue of that, they might not be able to easily accommodate the short time frame. But if it becomes a constant, maybe interaction, maybe like quarterly, then you will find out that the participation will actually improve, and it will get information to most businesses as should be done. Also, additionally, since SMEDAN has registered MSMEs, they could actually also participate. Like I believe that no knowledge is wasted, no knowledge is limited. You cannot know it all, and every day we learn new things. So that's my intervention. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ariola. Thank you.
It's noted. It's noted. And let me quickly add that after this, once you have registered on smedanregister.ng, you'll be getting periodic information about what is happening, programs of government, activities. You know, that's why the purpose of registration with them, so that they have you on their database and they can send you information on a regular basis.
Otunba, if I may ask a question.
Yes, please.
Can you give us a sense of how soon SMEDAN will get back to people who have registered? Because we're having inquiries every day.
No, when you are registered, you are on the database of SMEDAN. So they don't need to get back to you. Immediately, they give you a certificate. So it means you're on their database, and they will start sending you information on what is happening.
Okay.
And program of activities available. So that's the essence of registration.
Yeah, but they are specifically interested in how to access this 50,000 naira palliative.
I've just told you now. I said one is starting on Monday.
Okay.
Go to www.survivorfund.ng.
Okay.
Write it down. It's starting on Monday, and the first come, first serve. www.survivorfund.ng. So you will not hear from SMEDAN again. That's it. We have had.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to participate in this class, even though it was just of recent. Within just 2 minutes, the message was sent, the link was sent to one of the platforms I belong to by a very good friend of mine. So I didn't want to join. And for the little thing I've heard from you, though I didn't start with the whole session, but from where I started with you, I'm part I've learned a lot from your little conversation. Most of the points you were making were like direct bullets to me. I've been running a business in the last 4 or 5 years with proprietorship, a one-man business. But it's not because of reason that I started to observe a lot of things that we ought to have benefited from, just because we have been running a one-man business. But thank God we decided to register a business as a form of limited liability now. But my question is, I hope this one doesn't have any implication from the bank or from any government or from CIS or from Federal Revenue. Don't know if you understand my question.
I missed part of the question. Can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
So I said, when I registered my business,
yes,
that was last 5 years, I registered it as a one-man business.
Okay.
With the intention of just to have government backup or just to have our name under CAC. That was the motive there. But along the line, we discovered that we were eluded from a lot of opportunity or from being an enterprise. But of recent, the last 2 months, we registered the business. We registered another business as a limited liability company instead of the previous one-man business.
Yes.
So we are about to open an account for it right now in the next 1 week or 2 weeks. But my question now is, I hope this process of leaving one-man business to limited liability, I hope it doesn't have any implication from either Federal Revenue or from the government, any of these government agencies.
Why are you afraid of implication with Federal Inland Revenue? First of all, I explain to you. If your business has annual turnover, annual sales of 20 million naira or less, you pay no tax. You are exempted from tax, income tax or withholding tax. You are exempted. Wow. Do you understand? But you are also expected to file returns, and it's a simple process. Don't get overwhelmed or intimidated by all this government thing. It's a very simple process. It's part of running a business. It comes with responsibilities and consequences. And when you file your returns, just your financial statement, that's all. You have met your obligation. So there's no other implication. Register your business, open your account, and run your business properly. That's it. So I don't think you should be afraid of Federal Inland Revenue. They are not going to bite you. And after all, you are a responsible citizen. Even the tax you pay is, going to be used for everybody. But if your turnover is less than 20 million, you are exempted from paying income tax.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Lamide, for sharing this link in our platform. So thank you very much, sir. We'll be willing to participate in your next online class, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any more questions? If we don't have any more questions, can we bring this to a close? Are we okay?
No, hello, can you hear me?
Okay, you still have a question. Okay, go on.
Not quite a question. I just want to appreciate our man here for the way he expressed how to go on with business. At least I have gained something.
Thank you.
God bless us. Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, madam. What do you do? What line of business are you in?
No, personally, I'm not quite a business person, but I have some assets that I do run here and there personally. I think I could employ some people now, as you have said, like land, houses, and all that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's where I
If I may answer that, sir. This is Olamide.
Okay.
Well, we're an agribusiness based in the Lake Ocean State, and we're into commercial broiler.
You are in agro business, right?
We're an agribusiness, commercial poultry production, specifically chicken production and processing.
I see.
In the commercial broiler production, chicken production and processing.
What problem are you facing now?
Currently, we are facing a high cost of materials
High cost of material.
That's one of the major. And number two is marketing. Yes. For example, prices of feed and DOCs have actually skyrocketed. So which has affected the downline. And number two is the market is becoming bearish because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I could say that within this year, as at now, we should have done like four cycles. But unfortunately, we are just doing one. We have just done one, and we are starting another cycle. We've just done one complete cycle this year, just alone. Okay. It's actually a very big challenge for us as a business. But however, something that we've been able to establish market due to the pandemic. We've been able to establish market. We've been able to build a kind of adaptability. One of the things we did was that we were able to create. One of the things we're looking at for is to create solar power storage systems, wherein birds who are matured are slaughtered and kept in hold for the meantime while they were being sold. And this is actually going to help us to actually mitigate. It's going to mitigate seriously against risks which the pandemic had posed to us. We are also looking, while we are trying to solve the market part of it, we are also looking for funds to scale up our business in order to cover up some demands which is actually rising up as at the present moment.
Immediately go and apply for the COVID-19 CBN stimulus fund. You are eligible in your line of business. Secondly, by Monday, make sure you apply for the survivor fund so that at least your employees you can get money for them, not more than 50,000 per employee, up to 500,000 per month for you. Make sure you apply for that. You will benefit from that. And you can also apply for the grants. That one is small, 50,000 naira. But the survivor fund is taken up on Monday. And make sure you register under smedanregister.ng.
I've done that already. We've done that already.
Got this, right? Good. So, all right. I wish you all the best. Just hang in there.
Thank you so much.
Let me tell you, everybody running a business, this point in time, this COVID-19 period and the period of recession, profits should not be your goal. What should be your goal is stability and survival. You want to keep your business running. You want to generate sales and cash. And just let the business keep running, even if you have to sacrifice some profitability. Just stay afloat until this period passes. The most important profit you are going to earn this period is that you are alive and you have survived COVID-19. So don't worry too much about you're not making too much profit. Just focus on keeping your business afloat. That's the most important.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So I think Otunba.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think the questions have receded.
Yes.
And we want to say a big thank you on behalf of all the participants.
No problem.
On behalf of SME Finance, we want to say a big thank you for giving us this evening and sharing your experience, your wisdom, and your insights.
It's my pleasure.
We think this is the beginning, and like our participants have been suggesting, I think this can grow into a series of seminars, and we look forward to your continued support. We know the number is small today, but we should have faith in small beginnings. We want to thank you very much.
300.
Thank you for coming. Please, all participants, make sure you buy a copy of Otunba's book, The Formula for Wealth.
Yeah, just go to www.formulaforwealth.ng/buy/.
In fact, if you forget anything, just Google it, Formula for Wealth.
Yes.
You will see Otunba, Femi Pedro there. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Thank you.